Today we are learning about circle graphs, also known as pie charts. Please copy the standard benchmark indicator down on a clean page in your math notebook. The student, given a problem situation, will collect, analyze, display, and interpret data in a variety of graphical methods, such as a circle graph. Exploring circle graphs. Circle graphs are sometimes called pie graphs or pie charts because parts of the graph look like pieces of a pie. The graph shows that Tom, Bob, and Jane decided to share a pie. Tom takes half of the pie. Bob and Jane each take 1/4 of the pie. So you can see they've broken it up, and each section that the person takes is shown appropriately on the pie graph here. So we've got Tom has half of it, and then Bob and Jane each have 1/4. Use this circle graph for exercises 1 to 5. Favorite sports of 40 students. Football 10, hockey 10, and baseball 20. So, how many students were surveyed? We know right in the title it tells us there was 40. And if they didn't, we can count up the numbers in the pie chart or the circle graph. Which sport was the favorite? And we can see that's baseball because it takes up half the graph with 20 votes. How does the part of the class that favors football compare to the part that favors hockey? And we can tell they're equal because they both have 10 votes and 1/4 of the graph. Number 4, how does the part of the class that favors baseball compare to the part that favors hockey? And we can see that twice as many students prefer baseball over hockey. Finally, number 5, trace the favorite sports graph. Use it to make a circle graph for the data in this table. So we have our circle drawn there, and now we're going to use the data to the right to make a circle graph. So we have club membership, and we have 3 clubs, the math, computer, and chess, and we can see the number of students. 10 students are in the math club, 5 in the computer, and 5 in the chess. So right there we know we have 20 students, and math has half of it. So the first thing we're going to do is draw a line through the middle of the circle and label the right side math with 10 students. Then for computer and chess, we can see that each have 5, which is 1/4 of the total votes because there are 20 students in each one. So we're going to divide the remaining half in half again. So computer and chess each get 1/4 of the graph. Circle graphs. There are 50 students in the school choir. The circle graph shows the makeup of the choir. If we look to the right, we see sopranos make up 20%, tenors 25%, bass 25%, and altos 30%. Now this one does not tell us how many students are in each section. So you know there's 50 students total, so we're going to need to figure out how many altos are in the choir. So 30% of the choir is made up of altos. So to estimate, 30% of 50 is about 1/3 of 50, or about 16. And we know there are 50 choir members, so we're going to multiply it by the decimal version. So they took the 30%, turned it into a decimal, so it's 0.3, multiplied it by 50, and got us 15. So our estimate was close, but the actual answer is 15 altos. For sopranos, we have 20%, so again we estimate that's about 1/5 of 50, or 10. So to actually find the real answer, we take the 20%, we turn it into a decimal, so it becomes 2/10, multiply it by 50, and we get 10 sopranos in the choir. The circle graph to the right shows how water is used each day at the Clarkson Ranch. The ranch uses about 200 gallons every day. So we see Clarkson Ranch water usage. Horses drinking water is 35%, washing the stables is 16%, human washing 23%, cooking 5%, and human drinking 21%. So, question 1, what is most of the water used for? That is horses drinking water. It has the largest section. All right, for number 2, we're asking about how much water is used for cooking. So we know cooking is 5%, so as a decimal it's going to be 0.05, and we're going to multiply that by the 200 because we know they use about 200 gallons a day. So when we multiply 200 by 5/10, we get 10. So we get 10 gallons of water is used for cooking. Number 3, about how much water do the humans drink each day? So we see human drinking is 21%. So we're going to multiply 200 by 0.21 to find out how many gallons humans drink each day. So when we multiply 200 by 21 hundredths, we get 42. So 42 gallons are drunk each day. Number 4 asks about how much water is used for washing. So we have human washing and stable washing. So the first thing we're going to need to do is add those together. So 23 plus 16 gets us 39. So we're going to take 200 and times it by 0.39. So since the ranch uses about 200 gallons a day, about 78 gallons are spent on washing between the stables and the humans. Please make sure you have all of the work copied down and glue both pages in your math notebook.